Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with myself, Joe Lavery. So today then, I want to help you once and for all sort out your golf grip. This is something that causes so many people headaches, and it's like there's no reason for it to be this complicated. It's relatively simple, and I'm going to help you make a link of what grip's going to suit your golf swing. So there's two different main types which are mostly taught, certainly in the UK. I'm going to run through those. There's one more as well, which is okay for beginners or juniors, and I'll explain that. But I'm going to help you understand exactly what the golf grip does and why changing your golf grip could be a good thing, but also might be a really bad thing. So let's get into the video. Let's have a look through and help you understand how your golf grip could help you massively improve your game. So I'm just going to run a couple of close-ups then, just to help you with the grip. So obviously I have a grip in front of me like so. Now this is quite nice. This is a multi-compound grip from Golf Pride. And what you'll notice is it's got a black section and a white section at the bottom. You've got a logo here, so Golf Pride with a little line at the bottom and a little line at the top. Now if this is put on correctly, these two lines should match up at the bottom and the top, and you're going to help align your thumbs to those, because what they'll do further down the line is they will align to the club face at the end. So that line should be square with this, helping you point the club at the target. So then let's start with the grip. So I'm going to do it at this angle here. This is where I find it easiest. So ideally, I want to have it where I'm gripping it through the fingers, not in my palm. So as soon as you grip through the palm, so if I'm going to run that club now through my palm like so, you'll notice how I can't use my wrists very well at all. But if I have it in my fingers, suddenly I've got a lot more wrist motion. Well, this is going to equate to power in the golf swing. So a really good thing to have is having it more through the fingers and wrapping on top. So grip then itself, I'm going to come nice and close to the camera. So I'm going to have it in my fingers. I'm going to run my palm there through that line. So the crease connecting my palm to the fingers. I'm going to wrap the first hand on top. Notice the thumb is running down towards the red little dot there. I now know that's square. I can see two knuckles now on my left hand. From there, this is where the grips now will change in type. So you've got the 10-finger grip, which is where the bottom hand now simply slots on top. You can see through there how my fingers now aren't connected. So this grip is really good for juniors, so certainly someone that doesn't have very big hands, or someone that finds the others particularly uncomfortable. However, what I would say is it allows the hands to work independently. We ideally want them to work together. Then we have the interlock grip. So this is where the index finger of the left hand and little finger of the right hand interlock like so in the grip, and then they overwrap. Now this now allows the hands to work together as one piece and sits them together. The other option is the little finger wraps over the index finger and sits on top like so, and this is called an overlap. Now, always the placement in the right hand. We're seeing a nice short thumb on the top hand, so I'm pulling the thumb up and in. And what I'm going to do now is whenever I introduce the hand, so I interlock, I'm going to wrap that now on top and let that sit. So what I'm seeing now is a crease between my index finger and thumb running up towards my right shoulder. And this is what we would have called a very neutral, very traditional grip. But then you hear all the time the expression strong and weak. And when I say strong and weak, I don't mean strong as in I'm clenching at it and weak as in I'm nice and soft with the grip. It's actually to do with the amount of rotation on your left and right hand. So what I mean by that is if I run the grip like so, so I've got my center line. So let's say I make it so I have 3 knuckles. So stood there, I now have 3 knuckles on my left hand. Now that is now a strong grip. What that's going to mean I can do when I've got the club square is I'm able to close the club a long way. However, opening the club, I can't move it very far at all. So in the golf swing, I'm most likely to return with a slightly closed club face. If we then go to a weak grip, so now I'm going to only be able to see 1 knuckle here on my left hand. What you're going to find is I can't close the club face very well, but I can open it really well here on the way through. Now the thing is this is purely a guide to the grip. So where, yes, you might find that a stronger grip does encourage you to release more, it's not always strictly the case. Guys like Dustin Johnson, for example, plays with an exceptionally strong grip, yet hits a fade. So you can kind of see that certain people have different grip characteristics that match into their golf swing. So I'm going to generalize here a little bit with these scenarios, but just to give you an idea of how influential the grip could be. So let's say, for example, I get somebody in for a lesson that's slicing the golf ball, but according to Flight Scope, they're swinging the club directly at the target. So they're swinging directly at the target, but the club face is constantly open. And when we start to look at their grip, we start to see a left hand that's in a weak position. So left hand, I'm seeing one knuckle on the left hand. Well, that would mean that if I was just to give a simple rotation test, that they're going to really struggle to close the club, but they can open the club a long way in their golf swing. Meaning that it's a little bit off balance in terms of the measurement of opening and closing. So what we're going to see then is someone that's going to swing relatively straight, but the club's going to open a lot on the way back, and as a consequence, can't close enough on the way down, and as you can see there, I've hit the ball right and further right. But then we start to be a little bit smart with it and go, okay, well, without changing this person's golf swing altogether, how can I make the grip work for them? So then I might go, well, rather than being weak with one knuckle, why don't I get you what feels a little bit more neutral, let's say, with two knuckles? So now I'm starting to get an even 90 degrees opening and close either side. Well, now when they hit it, it's going to feel extremely weird for them. But what they will find is it'll be easier for them to square the club face, allowing them to hit straighter golf shots. So you'll probably get an idea of where I'm going with this next one now. So let's say, for example, you get somebody that hooks the golf ball, and I look at their grip and they've got 3 or 4 knuckles on the left hand. Well, yes, they can close it a long way, but they now can't open it. So suddenly, this golf club wants to rotate left on them all the time. Well, if I make that grip a little bit more neutral again, more towards 2 knuckles, let's say, we then might find actually, again, they're going to stop that release, start to create a bit more balance. I need to weaken their grip off. Now, the thing is the grip now isn't just taught as this is exactly how you do the grip, this is the only way. There are different examples of players on tour that grip the club very, very differently. You've only got to look at somebody like Dustin Johnson. You can picture Dustin Johnson, very, very strong left hand, almost 4 knuckles, yet plays a fade. So it's not strictly true, which is why I'm generalizing slightly. But for us at home that perhaps haven't had those hours, aren't at that skill level, having a little bit more of maybe a neutral grip might help benefit or might help alter what you do. You might find actually that you are a fader of the golf ball and you have 2.5 knuckles on your left hand showing, and actually by going to 3, it gives you the confidence to feel like, actually, I can swing a little bit more right to get rid of this fade. Or it just stops you from hitting that slice. Brilliant. That's all I mean by neutral. Neutral is no longer just 2 knuckles. Neutral is where you start to neutralize the club face so it's square at impact to help you hit the shot that you want to hit. So I hope that really helps many of you understand a little bit more about your grip and what it actually does. As I say, there's so many people that are so confused about a grip, and I see it all the time when I'm coaching, and I want to help make something where you have a few answers at least to the grip and its many, many questions. So hopefully now you can help find a grip to help suit your ball flight and help you stop those bad shots you're playing on the course. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all very soon.